Welcome to Keepin' It Real, your go-to radio show for fresh insights and vibrant introductions. Get ready to dive into a world where we offer you the latest in real estate wisdom and the juiciest community tidbits. From expert advice courtesy of top realtors to opportunities to give back through local charities, we've got you covered. Plus, we'll shine a spotlight on the young athletes driving our local sports scene and uncover the buzzworthy happenings both in town and beyond. Stay tuned for a jam-packed hour of enlightenment and entertainment right here on Keepin' It Real.
All right, well, welcome to Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. We're glad to have you back this week, and we got a great lineup today for our show. Now, before we get into that, we always give a few announcements. One of them is happening today. This is for the American Legion Post 52. They're located at 12 Theater Drive in Sierra Vista, right here, and they have a great event going on tonight from 4 to 7 p.m. So it's Saturday, November 1st, 4 to 7 p.m., and it's Veterans Helping Veterans, Family Helping Family. So join them for a free spaghetti dinner and open pantry to take away the burden of the shutdown. They'll be serving spaghetti and have a pantry of items to take home for you and your family if you're in need. And of course, they're here to serve our veterans and community. So super special of them. If you're able to donate and want to help out someone, please bring some donations. That'll be helpful. You can bring it right up to the time of. Really appreciate that. Again, it's 12 Theater Drive, Sierra Vista, Arizona, Post 52, the American Legion. And that's tonight, 4 to 7 p.m. Now, the next thing on the list is one we're going to talk a lot about in the next 2 weeks, but it's coming up fast. 2 weeks away, the third annual Pups on Parade. It's a free, absolutely free event sponsored by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty and Doc's Watering Hole, of course. The pups are back in cooperation with the Sierra Vista Police Department and the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center, all the wonderful animal control officers there and their wonderful volunteers. They're putting this on at Doc's Watering Hole November 5th, so that's 2 weeks away on a Saturday, and it's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we hope you'll come down, cheer on all your pups at this free all-shelter dog pup pageant. That's right, it's going to be all shelter dogs. If you've never been there before, it's lots of fun. Bring your family, bring your friends, bring your neighbors. Come on down, help support the dogs. The dogs love it. It's a great time for them to get out of the shelter, strut their stuff down the runway, win some awards for themselves, but also you can vote on your favorite dogs, and it's just a great time. We also do on-site adoptions. We do on-site fostering. You can sign up for that, talk to the ACOs about what you need to do that. And this couldn't come at a better time. So because of the shutdown and because of all the hardships out there and the increased costs of medical and whatnot for animals to support them, people are turning in animals, especially dogs, at a staggering rate. And this year is kind of an unusual circumstance. It's unusual because the shelter is full, and usually about this time, the summertime's the busy time, and then they kind of start clearing out as it gets closer and closer towards Pups on Parade. But this year, they're full. They're at max capacity, even though they've added on the Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center this year. So even more dogs have been brought in, and so there's about 80 different kennels there, and they're all full. Now, they've looked to their fellow sister shelters for help, and they are also full. As scary as it is, rescues are full, and many of the areas that we use as boarding are also full. And not just here, this isn't just a Sierra Vista or even a Cochise County thing. This is across the state, probably across the nation. And so as people get to tightening their belts, and some people just can't afford it, they're forced to make a decision, and they've decided to turn in their animal. It's a super sad thing, but at the same time, it creates kind of a crisis. So of course, we're asking those of you who don't really have to turn in your animal, please see if you can make it through this period of time. We want to encourage people to either find homes for their own pets or to hold on to them. And if you need some help with some dog food or whatnot, come down to the shelter, talk to them about your situation, and they'll be happy to work with you because we just don't have the space. And unfortunately, that's a really big deal. We don't want to get into the situation where we're euthanizing for lack of space. So please, please, please make sure that you're doing your part in the community. And part of that is Pups on Parade. So this is our biggest fundraiser of the year. As I said, it was the third annual Pups on Parade. It's absolutely free to the public. You can come down and cheer on your favorite dogs. Doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to spend any money there. But if you can, absolutely, we'd love to have you donate. You can donate a basket or an item for our silent auction. You can also sponsor a pup. For $150, you can sponsor a shelter pup. And that goes towards helping them become adoptable. Spay and neuter, health check, microchipped, vaccines, all the kinds of things that they would need to do. Plus, we're waiving the adoption fees. So all these costs, several $100s worth of services are being included in these adoptions, absolutely free. So come on down and enjoy the show, if nothing else. But if you can, obviously participate in the silent auction. It's a great way to support your local community. And if you're a local business, love to have you sponsor a dog or sponsor a gift for our silent auction. And again, your logo gets put up there, a little free advertising on the top of everything. We put it on our social media and as well on the big screens and lots of mentions during the actual event. Come on down to Pups on Parade at Doc's Watering Hole, November 15th, 2025. That's a Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And of course, they're even open for breakfast down there, so you can even see us getting all set up and maybe love on the dogs a little bit as soon as they're ready and they arrive. All right, well, let's go ahead and break into our show. We'll get our next guest settled in. It's going to be an awesome interview with the folks from the Sierra Vista Food Co-op. Something different for our show. We've never had it on the radio. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after these brief messages.
What's in a name? Everything. Long Realty has been a cornerstone of Southern Arizona's real estate market for nearly 100 years. Our name is our bond, and our agents are our strength. Trust in the name that stands for experience and expertise. Visit longrealty.com or call 520-459-4993 to connect with an agent today. Long Realty. Smart move.
All right, good Saturday morning to you, everyone listening out there, whether you're at home or in the car, probably headed somewhere. We appreciate you tuning into our little community show, Keeping It Real, brought to you by Sherry Ethell and the Realty team here at Long Realty Studios, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. If you haven't tuned in before, we're all about exploring the community that we live in. It's a great place to live, and we've met some fantastic people doing some pretty amazing stuff here. So we like to highlight a little of that each week in our segments, from business spotlights to charity organizers to local events, unique members of our community. We just love the stories behind them all. And if you are a frequent listener to our show, well, thank you. That means a lot to us. Now, today is no different. We have another new first to talk about on the show. We have some of the team behind the Sierra Vista Co-op in the studio with us today. And we have the president, Monica, and I'm going to let you say your last name because it sounds so beautiful when you say it.
Okay, so Savarese, used to be Savarese, but in moving into the United States, the last name became Savarese. So
okay.
I respond to either one.
It's beautiful. So. It's beautiful. Love the Italian language. Love that. Welcome, Monica, to the show. And joining Monica, of course, is Pam Chandler. And Pam, welcome to the show as well.
Thank you.
And Sarita Harris. Now, we didn't talk about what you guys do either, so we'll get into that soon, but welcome, Sarita.
Thank you.
And what are your titles? Do you have a title? Pam, what's yours?
I am the outreach coordinator.
Outreach coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the operations manager.
Operations manager. So there you have it. And these folks are all part of the Sierra Vista Food Co-op, something we really haven't explored before, but we're excited to do so on the show today. And we're going to talk all about what a food co-op. So maybe let's just start off. Actually, before we do that, let's dive into each one of you first, because we like to get to know you guys a little bit better. Behind every great organization are some wonderful people, and each one of you have stories. So tell me a little bit about yourselves. We'll start off with Monica. Just tell me, where you come from and what brought you here.
Yeah, so as you can tell from my accent, I am from Italy, and I came into the United States in 1993. So what is that, 32 years ago?
Okay.
I fell in love with an American guy, and we moved where he lived. He lived in California, and then we got married, started having children. We moved to New Jersey, and then eventually we moved down here. As you can imagine, he worked for the military, and that's how allowed us to move. And I love Sierra Vista. It's so different from where I grew up. So it's a place that really brings me joy. You open the door and see the mountains.
Yeah, it's beautiful here.
And the greens and the desert. It's really beautiful. And, I made some wonderful in the 18 years I've been living in Sierra Vista.
Wow,
so,
18 years.
Yes.
Well, and we love that about this town. We were talking a little bit about that in the studio before we started, that it's a great place where people from all over the world end up here. Surprisingly, it's a kind of a small world, and it's just a great place to call home. Pam, let's steer over to you and tell me a little bit about you.
Well, I grew up in Southern California, and I was a track girl in high school, and I ended up moving to Arizona to go to run track for ASU. My husband graduated and got a job on Fort Huachuca, so I followed him. I ended up graduating in nursing from U of A.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was a school nurse.
So you switched over,
Yeah, I switched over. So, and I became a school nurse to follow my kids. At one point, they transferred to a middle school that didn't need a nurse. So I heard that there was a co-op opening, and I thought, I could probably help there. So I go and I knock on the door, and they hadn't even built out the inside yet.
Oh, wow.
The manager was there, and the operations manager was there.
What year was that about?
When I knocked on the door, 2010. I think it was 2010.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Amanda Bailey was the operations.
And you've been with them ever since?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Started out as the wellness manager. So here I am.
All right, Sarita, it's your turn. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yeah. So I was born into the military. So I've lived all over the world. I served in the military, and then I married a soldier.
Army? Okay.
And I married a soldier. This was his last duty station. We came here 13 years ago.
Wow.
In November 1st, 13 years ago. Yeah. After his retirement, we were already raising our children here, and we just loved it. We figured this is where we would stay.
Yeah.
My background is in early childhood education. So I was at home with my kids, or working at the centers with them, or working at a school with them. And in the last 2 years, they've all gotten older. One has graduated, one is now in high school. Thank you. And the baby's in junior high. And so I changed my career path and came over to the food co-op.
That's awesome. I appreciate you guys sharing a little bit about yourselves, and maybe we can talk about what a co-op is. I mean, can somebody tell me because I know that people hear it a lot. I mean, we know SSVC is a co-op, but what does that really mean, especially in the food industry with a food co-op?
Yeah, so I get that question a lot. I occasionally do bring the co-op table at the farmers market. So as a way to talk to people. Sure. And there's so many people, I'm going to say the vast majority, have no idea who we are, what we do. Most everybody think we are some kind of a club or buying club. Or do you, what do? You buy like a big bag of beans or...
Yeah, that's what I thought at first, right?
Yeah, it's very common unless you shop there or you're familiar. If you're coming maybe from the Pacific Northwest or like New England or the Midwest, which was like the cradle of the food cooperative movement, then you'll know. So basically, it's a business model that sees people who, we call it a consumer cooperative. So anybody who shops at a food cooperative, which is basically a nice name for a independent grocery store. It's independent, but it's also owned by the members that want to participate. You don't have to pay for an ownership. We say membership. It's more like an ownership. It's not like a Costco that every year you have to shell out like $120 to have the privilege to get in and buy from Costco. You buy your membership. It's a lifetime membership. So you and your family can shop.
And how much is a lifetime membership?
It's $200. $200 and can be split in 4 payments. So within every quarter you pay $50. So in a year you paid your dues.
But if you wanted to shop there, you don't have to be a member?
You just come in and it's just a grocery store and you can shop. Obviously, if you're a member, you get different perks, and maybe we'll talk about
later. Those. Yeah, later.
Yeah, so it's open to everybody. It's welcoming. We don't care. Just come and see. And I think as a model, It allows for more flexibility, and everybody feels this ownership, like almost a person. I mean, and that's how I always saw it. It's my responsibility to participate, to make sure that it sells the stuff that I want. I tried in the past to go a very special diet that I follow. I'm vegan. I have a kid. One of my kids has celiac disease, so we need to be really diligent with the gluten-free. And so if you try to go to any other grocery store and you try to say, hey, can you bring this item that I saw?
Yeah, pretty hard, right?
No, and this sounds stupid, but years ago, we used to go buy, there was no co-op, so we used to buy from other grocery store, and I go and buy my almond milk or soy milk from the case, and they would put them on the bottom, and all the dairy milk was on top, and it would spill probably occasionally. There's a bottle that would explode, or I don't know, and would fall, so I would go get my almond milk, and it would be sticky with dairy milk. Now, I don't care, I'll go home and rinse it, but say you have an allergy, and now you have it. And
now you got some physical contact.
And I went and I talked to the customer service and say, hey, could you put like the almond milk on top, right? And maybe now they do it. I don't know. I don't go back. But with the co-op, you have this small scale grocery store, so you can ask for things like that. So
very interesting. So I think before, when we were talking offline, I think you had mentioned that you're not a 501c3, you're something else.
We're a 308A cooperative.
So that's a little bit different. And how is that different?
Well, we're a nonprofit. And the funny thing is that our founding board members, they could have chosen to either be a regular or a nonprofit. They just chose to be a nonprofit. But we are not a 501c3 charity. We are a food cooperative.
And the food cooperative, that's part of that whole other designation, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of other food co-ops are similar, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. In fact, the majority of food co-ops are incorporated in Minnesota or Wisconsin because they have such a wonderful cooperative structure. So everything is written out really well. But like when you go to other states, like for example in the state of Arizona, we don't have a lot of information or structure on cooperatives. And that's really why everybody incorporates over there. But we are local. We're owned local. We're owned by the community. We're owned by our members, and we are local. Yeah. Even though we've taken that structure from Minnesota.
From somewhere else, yeah. That's pretty common with other kinds of companies as well. I mean, there's a lot of companies that, for example, incorporate out of Maryland because of certain structures in other states as well.
Yeah, a lot of banks are, Delaware or something.
Correct.
But little trivia, the other food co-op that's operating right now in Arizona, which is the Food Conspiracy in Tucson, big shout out because they're our friends. They're also 308A, same incorporation.
Same structure.
In Minnesota, because that's,
kind of where it comes from.
So it's confusing. So we're a nonprofit, but we really are a business. So we're not a charity, like you were mentioning, the Friends of the Sierra Vista Shelter. Yeah. We're not, we don't, we wish we could, but we're not helping animals. We're here to serve our community and our members.
And it allows you the flexibility to be able to continue to serve and be able to compete, I'm sure, I would think. To some degree, right?
Yeah. And the one thing I wanted to mention too, we follow cooperative principles that guide us, help us guide us in what we're doing.
Well, before we get into that, I want to come back, but we got to take a quick break. So folks, hang on to your seats. This is the Sierra Vista Food Co-op, and we're going to learn a lot more about them and about what they carry and about what they do. And it's really some interesting stuff. So those of you who don't know about the Food Co-op, boy, you're going to get a treat here today. So we'll be right back after these brief messages. Cochise County, it's that time again. The third annual Pups on Parade is back at Doc's Watering Hole, Saturday, November 15th from 11 to 2 p.m.
That's right. Join us at Doc's for music, food, vendors, a silent auction, on-site adoptions, and of course the all-shelter dog pup pageant. 10 amazing dogs from our local shelter will strut their stuff down the runway, competing in fun categories.
This must-see event benefits the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter in cooperation with the Sierra Vista Police Department and the whole team at Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center.
Want to help our pups? Businesses in any community community member who just loves dogs can donate a basket for the auction or sponsor a pup. $300 for show dogs, $150 for dogs back at the shelter. Call 717-599-2439 for details.
Sponsors get their name up on the big screens at Docks, on the social media, and shout-outs throughout the show. It's a great way to give back and help the community.
It's a family affair, so bring your friends and family, enjoy some great food, and meet some possum dogs at the big show.
It's Pups on Parade, Saturday, November 15th at Docks Watering Hole, because every dog deserves their day.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving Sierra Vista, we agree. For military law and retirees, stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
All right, welcome back to Keepin' It Real. I'm Dion Ethell, I'm your host, and we are joined with Monica, Sherry, Pam, all from the Sierra Vista Co-op, and we're talking about what a co-op is. Before the break, we kind of discussed that and how you're structured, but we haven't talked about, you know, the specifics of what you carry and what you do. And you had mentioned, Monica, a little bit about, you know, what if you have an allergy or some things like that. Maybe you have some specific needs. And the cool thing about this co-op is you could actually, members could ask, hey, could you carry this product?
Yeah.
And you might actually listen.
We have a suggestion box at the front of the store, and people can put in products that they suggest or something else. You know, if they notice something that they wish was different as far as, you know, what we're doing, they can make suggestions. But, you know, the members can make suggestions like that, but literally anyone can.
Anyone can have some input.
Yeah, anyone can have input. And if they say, you know, if it's just a person off the street says, you know what, if you guys really would carry this, that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
If it's available to us.
You'd be able to consider it.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. And I love that about, it's one of the reasons why we love buying local, where we go out to, you know, the park every week and try to see some of the vendors out there and frequent those kinds of things and all the big events, whether it's, you know, art in the park or something like that. You know, we try to buy from local artisans and local farmers and local people because you get more input into the product and you really get to enjoy something that you know a lot about. You know, it's like I have a friend of mine who's a big rancher out here. Shout out to the Krentz Ranch, and the Krentz is out there. But, you know, he always raises a cow for me each year, and I'm able to purchase that cow. And so that's so great to know where it came from. Something that you feel a little bit better about, and it tastes amazing. I mean, it tastes better. So,
and the other thing is that most local businesses, more small local businesses, really, they're not getting rich, right?
Right.
They do it because they love what they're doing, and they're happy to make a little profit. But you know, it's the same thing that with the co-op. We don't have a CEO, you know, the board and the president of, we're all volunteer. We don't make any money. And we're just there to make sure that things are running properly. So nobody is really we don't have, I always say at the farmers market, people sometimes get a chuckle out of it. We don't have like a rich CEO buying a new yacht sitting in California or Arkansas or something like that and getting, you know, this is us.
This is just a bunch of people coming together.
And then every dollar you spend locally, I think 80% stays locally because we buy everything.
That's amazing.
You know, we need local businesses to help us. We buy local. So it's something to consider in a small community like ours.
Yeah, for sure. I love that. And that's kind of probably a good segue into another topic, kind of. So you're not a national chain of grocery stores. What principles do you live by? I mean, how do you organize that?
We govern ourselves by the 7 cooperative principles.
Okay.
And the first one is open membership, meaning that anyone can be a member. The second one is we offer democratic control where the members can vote. And we give them a voice. This is a business where you, as a member, actually have a voice. It's very empowering. The third item is a member economic participation where the members can shop, they can make suggestions. Number 4 is autonomy and independence. We're not a franchise. We're not owned by outsiders. We're owned locally. We offer education and information to our employees, also to the community in the form of classes.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
That's kind of unique.
Yeah.
You usually go to Fry's or Safeway or anywhere to get a class.
No, yeah. So
what kinds of classes might you see there? Like an example.
Yeah, a typical kind of class really has to do with health and nutrition. And products that help with health and nutrition. Okay. And so we have a lot of that, mostly for our staff. But what we do is we do try to contact either members or customers or people in the community who have a topic that they would like to teach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, for example, we have a wonderful local herbalist who likes to come in the fall or in the winter and give a class. Stuff? Yeah. On the herbs that help strengthen immunity during these times. Okay. And so this person will give a class. We actually had an employee give a class on how to make kombucha. And that one was
What is that?
Kombucha. Kombucha is a probiotic drink that's made out of, we call it a mushroom ascorbia.
It's a fermented.
It's a fermented drink. And it's
I don't know if I'll be that daring.
It's effervescent.
Okay.
Yeah, it's made from green and black tea.
And we sell it. You gotta come and stop by and try it.
Good.
Okay. All right.
It's good. It's good. It is.
And I remember a few years ago when the city allowed people to have backyard chickens. I don't know if we had one of our members, and she came and gave a class on how to raise chicken and keep them healthy. And I remember
that's cool. My wife would totally come to there. We've got about 40 chickens. So.
Well, we haven't had a lot because it depends on who's coming, right? Who's in the community, who has something to share. There's a time where maybe, like I said, we just had to have the herbalist, but you never know what kind of class
health
you're
and
get.
wellness, it's probably going to be kind of a center of gravity, but it could be anything, really.
It could be anything.
We had a class on golden milk, which is you make turmeric and honey and milk, and so how do you make it to support your immune system? It's, however, the community, what members of that community, not just members, but anybody who shops there feels like.
This weekend we have, on the fun side, we have the Girl Scouts coming to do a tour of the co-op, and they'll have a little class on where the local produce is coming from. They'll get some education on just eating healthy. They're going to witness our produce, make fresh juice, and get to try it. So the classes are all over the place.
This is the place where you get stuff like freshly made juice with organic produce. Where do you get it in Sierra Vista? Freshly made it. We made it, I don't know how often we make it.
We make it on Mondays and Thursdays.
Right. Yeah. So with our own produce, which is organic, they put it through the juicer, and we sell bottles, little bottles. And so you're there, you instead of drinking a soda, why don't you get some fresh juice that's made with like organic greens and citrus. And
let me ask you a question then. So as we're kind of talking about this and all the things, what else do you carry? I mean, what kinds of things like do you have at a food co-op?
We keep saying the word local, right? That is the main focus of the co-op, is being local and supporting our community. Yeah. And one of the ways that we do that is by supporting all the local bakers, ranchers, and artisans in our community. You mentioned the farmers market, going to the farmers market. The farmers market in Sierra Vista is on a Thursday. A lot of people cannot make it. If you cannot make it, most of the vendors at the farmers market deliver to us either before or after.
Oh,
so you can find local honey from
Simmons. The raw milk. Golden Rule.
That's a big one.
The meats from Denny's, from Sky Island, right?
Sky Island,
down to right here in Sierra Vista, we carry Tio Ben's tortilla chips. Those fly off the shelf, and he's right here in Sierra Vista.
Chef Scotty's lasagna and pasta sauce.
Wow. So all kinds of different things, really, that you guys carry. And we want to talk about bulk foods because we really do want to talk about that, too, because I found some very unique stuff. You guys are definitely going to want to hear this, but I want to take a quick break. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back and talk to these wonderful ladies here with the Sierra Vista Food Co-op. We'll be right back.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you. Their approach? Personalized service, above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation. You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
Do uneasy markets have you waiting for the ideal moment to make home ownership a reality? Your answer lies in a conversation with Sherry Ethell and her exceptional team at Long Realty, a name synonymous with trust and reliability in Arizona's real estate landscape.
Hi, I'm Sherry Ethell, Realtor and Team CEO of the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. Your ideal moment has arrived. We tailor our approach to you and your needs and goals. Let us put our extensive network to work for you and take the stress out of the process.
Whether buying or selling, remember the name Sherry Ethell and the Sherry Ethell Team. Visit the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more information. Real integrity, real results.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. I'm sitting here with the ladies from some of the team here, volunteers from the Sierra Vista Food Co-op. First time on the radio here talking with us. And so we're learning all kinds of things. We were talking about some of the things that they carry, and we kind of got distracted by that a little bit. We didn't finish those 7 principles. I think you had left off at number 5 when we were just starting to kind of talk about education because we kind of got steered away a little bit because you do so many interesting things there.
Yeah, it's fun. Education is fun.
What else are there?
Okay, there's just 2 left, and the 6th item is the cooperation among co-ops, which is really nice. It's kind of like a sisterhood or a brotherhood or whatever. If we have a question, we can actually go to another co-op and just go visit them and go talk to them about, hey, how did you guys solve this issue, or what do you think about this? Or
so you mentioned, Monica, I think, what was the place in Tucson called?
Food Conspiracy
Food
on
Conspiracy.
4th Avenue.
4th Avenue. And so you guys have gone there and
actually,
asked
I
questions?
think some of the fixtures that we have in the store now came from them. So they sold it to us or donated. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So some sharing going on.
There is, and we can always call and cooperation.
Is it kind of a community thing? I mean, is it kind of like a community within the community a little bit?
Yeah.
We're having a food cooperatives and everything, people helping each other because this is something that you guys have passion for and want to really make successful.
Exactly. I think that you characterized that really well about people who have passion for something. And from the owners to the employees, our vision is really to cooperate with each other and to produce something very unique that is very empowering.
Well, it must be working because you've definitely hit on something that's got some popularity there because you've been around so long. I mean, I have people in here on doing business spotlights all the time where we're talking about businesses that are here today, gone tomorrow, and it's always frustrating to see the first time that you get to hear about it is they're having a 70% off sale because they're leaving. So it's wonderful that you guys are figuring it out and making it work. What else do they have?
Okay, so the last item is we have concern for the community, and how that plays out really is we look for ways to remain sustainable, to engage in sustainable activities. And for us, what we do is we offer, you can fill your bulk items as you can bring your own containers. your own jars. And
Is there any special thing you have to do to that container or anything? Or does it matter what kind of container you have?
It doesn't really matter what.
I didn't know if there was any regulations or anything for that.
No, there's not, because you're not really touching anything.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you're loading up your container yourself.
Okay.
And we do suggest going plastic less, like not to use a plastic bag.
Yeah. So what do people usually use? Mason jars, or
so people can bring jars. We sell baskets. They can bring their own baskets. We have locally sewed items, handmade bags.
But for the bulk bins, I mean, if you have a plastic container that you had that you
use at home,
margarine or whatever, just wash it.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you refill it.
Be sanitary
have
about
it. Have it weighed before you start. So the tater, right? You can.
You don't want to get charged for that,
right? Especially a mason jar. Maybe a plastic container is not that much, but
probably heavy. Yeah.
I've seen. I mean, all the times that I've done it, I've seen people with all sorts of containers, and that's fine. And for a while, I would have a plastic bag from another store of potatoes, and then fill it with potatoes from the co-op, which are organic and fresh, and we get our produce twice a week. So bring your own container, or we have containers, and you can grind your own peanut butter or almond butter, organic, guys. No oil, no other salt and sugar in it, and it's just mwah.
That was very exciting to me because, I've got some senior dogs who don't take pills very well anymore. And so peanut butter is one of those things, and we buy organic peanut butter because, a little healthier for them. Don't want the sugars and stuff. It's pretty common for older dogs to develop some problems with that. But then when I heard this, I was like, what? You can actually grind your own peanut butter.
And as much as you want. You maybe just want, a little
bit or a lot.
Maybe your recipe only asks for 3 tablespoons or whatever. You don't have to buy a pound. And it's the same principle with the bulk, right?
Yeah.
So they say a pinch or a pound.
What's it taste like?
It tastes delicious.
Yeah?
It's very good.
So
I'm going to have to try it just because it's so unusual. I've never heard of it before. I didn't know you could do that, so I'm super excited about it.
There's so many items that the people, unless you follow a specific diet, say, like me, you're vegan, so I know what a nutritional yeast is, right? And we sell it in the bulk. But if you just want to try, say, what is this? I'm just going to buy a little bit,
Yeah, try it out.
3 ounces of it. And you can just buy 3 ounces. You don't have to buy a big container.
That's crazy.
But if you want to buy, you can also order a 6 pounds container because you use a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the flexibility that a co-op offers.
Yeah, something you couldn't get anywhere else. I couldn't get anywhere else. And I love the fact, too, that you could go in and as your item empties, you just go fill it up again.
You just go fill it up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and we tear weight everything.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So
very, very interesting. Like I said, I've never heard that, and I'll be honest with you guys. I hate to sound stupid, but I'm going to because you've been around a long time, and yet I've been here over a decade. Didn't even know you existed.
You're not alone.
And it's just a shame, and that's what I love about the program is I get to meet all these cool people and see these and hear these things about things going on in the community. And so I hope everybody listening out there is going to go check out the food co-op. Now, where are you guys located? Let's throw that out there.
We're located on the West End. We're at 96 South Carmichael. We are in the same parking lot as 143 Street Tacos. I know everybody knows where they are. A lot of people know where that's at.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. We love them.
And we're open every day from 8 to 6, Monday through Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. So we have a lot of customers who
flexibility.
like to come as soon as we open. So there's nobody there. It's very quiet. We have our trucks coming with our fresh produce on Tuesday and Friday. So this is stuff that I don't know when the truck comes on to other grocery stores. But with us, so if you are looking for something that's just came off the truck, then that's when you want to come and hit us.
That's what I love. I love this personal contact that you have. Mm-hmm. It's almost like you've got a concierge who's going to help you through the process.
And I always say that, like Cheers, like the show.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to know where everybody knows your name. And that's kind of what happens if you shop there frequently enough. Then
Does that happen? Yeah, you guys know.
Especially if you're a member because you give your name so that they can input your name and get the discounts or whatever. So then they'll know and say, hey, Monica, I know you were looking for this and this came in or whatever.
All right. So I'm bouncing around a little bit, but you mentioned benefits. What is the benefit of becoming a member?
Well, there's lots of benefits, and I'm gonna tag right off what Monica last said, because you can make special orders. Besides making requests, you can come up and you can say, hey, I would really like a case of my favorite chili beans. Can you please order me a case? And so you can come in and you can buy food by the case. You can buy food.
And you get a discount.
And you get a discount when you order by the case. And that includes bulk bags. Like this last week, I bought a 25-pound bag of gluten-free organic oats.
That's what I do too.
Rolled oats.
Okay.
And so you can buy it.
That's a lot of rolled oats.
You can buy it, but we use them. We do.
And you get 20% off.
And you get 20% off. But see, the average customer can come in, they get 10% off.
Okay.
So, and that goes for our bulk spices. It goes for everything in a store.
Yeah, that's the other thing is you've got spices there that you can get bulk.
Exactly.
I remember you mentioning that.
That's
Tell us
right.
about that. I mean,
it's wonderful because I'm a soup maker, and so we get special spices. Like I know that I can come to the co-op if I'm going to make some pho. I'm going to be able to get the cardamom pods, the cinnamon sticks, and the...
You eat a lot differently than I do, I think.
or curry. You can get gram masala there. And there are... A customer called us the other day and says, excuse me, do you have juniper berries, dried juniper berries?
What?
Yeah.
And
I'm like, let me go look. So I go look. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, we got dried
I bet they were excited because that's probably kind of hard to find.
Yeah.
So, and it's nice because you don't have to keep, when you go to the store and they've got the organic spices in a jar, they're super expensive.
Yeah.
And I just come and I either take a lot, depending on if I use it a lot, or if I want to try something new, I'll just take the 2 teaspoons or 2 tablespoons worth or whatever, and I'll just get that. And we sell jars so that you can put them in your own jar, and then you can do a tear when it emptied. We'll do a tear weight on it. You can fill it up again.
Well, I love that because sometimes too, you're experimenting. I like to experiment every once in a while cooking, and we'll make something, but you're kind of like not sure you're going to really like it. It gets a little bit outside of your wheelhouse. I've bought that before. I paid a lot of money for a specific spice, and then it's the last time I used it.
Yeah, and it sits there for the next 10 years, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you're like, gosh, I wish I knew what else to use this for.
Well, and you can make your own spice combinations too.
Oh.
Like you can pick all your favorite spices that you like to cook with that you put on top of everything.
Yeah.
Just get them and mix it yourself.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like you'd buy it's real popular now. If you go to Costco, you can buy all kinds of different spice mixes, different kinds of things. But you can make your own. Exactly to your taste.
And then again, at Costco, the spice things, it's like
it's
2 pounds.
Yeah,
and so, if you use it a lot, it makes sense.
Well, and sometimes they discontinue something. Like there's a specific mesquite, flavor to it and everything. And they made it for a long time. And then pretty soon they stopped making it. And you can still get it occasionally if you ordered it online or something. But then it's gone now. Or it's so expensive, it's stupid. But you can make your own. That'd be cool.
And that's even with teas. We have teas and herbs in the bulk.
Yeah.
So there's people who want to make your own for, like stomach cramps or whatever. And it's just a place where you can experiment.
Yeah, I love that.
Right.
That's very cool.
That's right. And I'd like to throw in there, too, we have bulk coffee, and it's bulk local coffee.
Really?
And so there's a couple of people that roast their own, and one of them, for sure, that we have is...
We have Old Bisbee roasters. We carry San Pedro roasters. Yeah. We carry Urbano's
and then
coffee.
Justo. We have Justo in the bin.
Gusto, The local one is in the bulk bin, so you can take as much as you want.
Oh, that's cool.
And then whatever is not local is organic, which is also... Where do you find organic coffee?
And Old Bisbee Roasters has made their own co-op specialty blend for us.
Just for us.
And it's delicious.
That's awesome.
Very smooth.
Well, we want to come back, and I know you guys have a line of foods, too, that are there. So we'll talk about that when we come back. So stay tuned. There's lots of good stuff. I feel like the time is just flying by today. So much interesting information. I hope you'll all go visit the Sierra Vista Food Co-op. And we'll shout out the address and everything when we come back. We'll be right back.
We're the real wayfinders, the trailblazers, the go-getters. In a town where the desert wakes before dawn, we don't just talk, we make things happen. And when we speak, it's real, it's genuine, and it's worth hearing. Tune in every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on Cool 104.1 FM. Join the Sherry Ethell Team for Keepin' It Real, where top realtors, local heroes, and the heartbeat of our community come together. Raw, authentic conversations, expert market insights, and the best local events you can't afford to miss. Keepin' It Real, celebrating our community. Bold, genuine, one of a kind.
Cochise County, it's that time again. The third annual Pups on Parade is back at Doc's Watering Hole, Saturday, November 15th from 11 to 2 p.m.
That's right. Join us at Doc's for music, food, vendors, a silent auction, on-site adoptions, and of course the all-shelter dog pup pageant. 10 amazing dogs from our local shelter will strut their stuff down the runway, competing in fun categories.
This must-see event benefits the Friends of the Sierra Vista Animal Shelter in cooperation with the Sierra Vista Police Department and the whole team at Nancy J. Brewer Animal Care Center.
Want to help our pups? Businesses and any community member who just loves dogs can donate a basket for the auction or sponsor a pup. $300 for show dogs, $150 for dogs back at the shelter. Call 717-599-2439 for details.
Sponsors get their name up on the big screens at Doc's, on the social media, and shout-outs throughout the show. It's a great way to give back and help the community.
It's a family affair, so bring your friends and family, enjoy some great food, and meet some possum dogs at the big show.
It's Pups on Parade, Saturday, November 15th at Doc's Watering Hole, because every dog deserves their day. All right, welcome back to the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios and the Keepin' It Real radio show. Now, I am joined here with Pam and Sarita and Monica, and they're all from the Sierra Vista Food Co-op. We've been talking about food co-ops and all the cool stuff that they carry. I'm super excited about it. I think you will be too. But I kind of want to steer into a couple things. First, I want to, again, throw out where you guys are located. For those people just tuning in, where are you guys located at?
We're at 96 South Carmichael.
Okay.
In the same parking lot as 143.
Street tacos.
Yeah.
We were going to talk a little bit about something called the Double Up Food Bucks program. Tell me about what that looks like. And since the SNAP program, which I had to look this up because I've heard of SNAP, but I didn't know what it was, and I wasn't all that familiar with it. I'd heard food stamps before, so just a little bit of history there. The Food and Nutrition Act of 2008 changed that from the Food Stamp Act of 1977. They were trying to get away from the stigma of food stamps. So this is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is SNAP. And you can use that at your store?
Yes, correct. Yeah, we accept SNAP. In the month of October, we launched the Double Up Food Bucks program. With that program, customers who use their SNAP card on fresh produce, dried beans and lentils, edible plants and seeds, we match what they spend in their SNAP benefits dollar for dollar, up to $20 a day. However, at the moment, we are going through some changes, and it's changing every day.
Okay.
But we do not expect the Food Bucks program to end in our store.
Okay.
Customers who have still SNAP benefits can continue to use those, and they can continue to earn Double Up Bucks.
Okay.
Those will not expire. Our funding comes through a company called Pinnacle Prevention, and so we are working with them closely to see what we can do to continue to supplement our customers who have SNAP.
So there's opportunity there. There may be some changes coming along the way. And the best way to find out about those changes probably is just to come down to the store, talk to you guys about it.
Yeah.
Or call you.
Give us a call, come to the store and check us out anyway.
Yeah,
and
it'd be
we
great
can
to
give you that information. Also, you can go to Pinnacle Prevention, their Facebook page or their website or their Instagram.
And they'll have updates.
They're keeping it updated.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of things coming along with the government shutdown, obviously, and everybody kind of hurting. And so another great reason to go down and check out the bulk food and all the neat things that you guys have. It's great to hear, too, that people can still eat healthy, even though they're on some kind of assistance and need a little bit of help.
Yeah, and I've noticed just how much the community has been pulling together with the SNAP benefits ending in the month of November. If you are able to, you can also help with this Double Up Food Bucks program. You can go to the Pinnacle Prevention page, and they have a GoFundMe link. Now, that is not just for Sierra Vista. We will benefit from that. But Pinnacle Prevention is supplementing SNAP benefits for all of Arizona.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's incredible.
Still local.
Every month, the co-op offers the first of the month sales.
Okay.
And the first week of every month is a really great time to pick up on sales opportunities. Like we have on Tuesdays, we have Senior Tuesdays. They save 10%. We have Wellness Wednesday.
And what do you consider a senior to be? What age group?
55 plus.
55. Okay.
Yeah,
55 plus. All right.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
Yeah. So you
Great.
save 10%. And then on Wednesdays is Wellness Wednesday, and that really includes supplements and body care.
Okay.
And if you're a member, you get 15% off. If you're
So a little extra bonus.
Yeah, little extra bonus. And the general person, the average customer, gets 5% off.
And we just started yesterday the Military Appreciation Weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
Coming up on Veterans Day. So.
Now, normally we have it on the first Friday and Saturday of the month. But we're going to actually do it on the end. So we started it yesterday, October 31st. That yesterday, Friday, and today, Saturday, the store is 10% off to active and retired military, veteran, Border Patrol, first responders,
Wow.
And dispatch.
You guys are awesome. I love that you're including our first responders.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of places don't offer a discount to police officers or first responders of any kind.
Yeah,
and,
we've been doing it since the beginning.
so that's awesome. I love
we
that
had
you're doing that.
a couple they were in the force, and they were always shopping there.
Yeah.
And they had dietary needs, and that's kind of how it started back in 2011 or 12. And firefighters, they're part of our community. They're important. We all need them, right?
Yes, we do. We do. We do need them, and we love the work that they do. And they put their life on the line every day for us.
Correct.
So definitely a worthy group.
Yeah. So I just want to remind everybody, we are a grocery store. So we have produce, we have bulk, which is special, the only place in Cochise County where you can find it. And we have everything else you can need. You want to make pasta, we have. Obviously, I do. We have canned tomatoes, like organic. We have, dietary needs, whether you're on a keto diet or you're plant-based or you're gluten-free or a combination of all. We have stuff to help, and anybody in between. Like if you're a regular, you sound like you have your own particular diet. We got something for everybody.
Well, I love the fact, it's kind of got a new energy behind it, getting healthy again and being aware of what kinds of things you consume and put in your body. And we Americans, we have a lot of very super enhanced foods, products that are very
processed.
Things going on. It's very super processed. Yeah, that's the word I'm thinking of.
And if you think about how many times you eat a day, 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Every time it's an opportunity to you to make a decision, right? Is it something that's going to hurt me or is it going to help me? Now, I'm not against treating yourself. I'm all for it, right?
Yeah, we got to have a Dairy Queen every once in a while.
Right, you got to have a treat. I'm fine with that. But and the quality of ingredients that you use if you're cooking from home, right?
Yeah.
So just get something, whether or not you believe it's a good thing, but maybe non-GMO, organic is a good thing. Sometimes you can't, but when you can, just it hasn't been sprayed, they didn't put chemicals on it.
Yeah.
I think it has a benefit in the long run.
And there's a lot of countries, I've been all over the world, in a lot of countries, even though they're maybe not as great economically as we are, a lot of their people are very healthy because they almost shop every day. They buy fresh produce, fresh meats, and things that are grown
fresh
locally.
Bread, fresh,
yes.
Instead of one, like some breads that's been there you can keep it out for like 2 years, and
I know.
there's
Isn't
nothing
that crazy?
growing on it.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, and you couldn't do that for 2 days,
right?
For most other products, it's just crazy.
Right. So,
that's a great point.
Yeah, and going back to that, of course we're full of health food, but we also have snack foods.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Like I have young kids. Kids love Takis. I do not understand this, right? But they do. But at the co-op, we just recently got in something that is very comparable to Takis, right? It's just not artificial colors or flavors, non-GMO. So the kids can still get their chips, and they can get their soda. we just have a natural soda.
That's cool.
Yeah. Or I keep bringing. Oh, of course, we all have our own personal experience.
Yeah.
So they have ice cream cone that are vegan and gluten free. Hey, I'm from Italy. It reminds me of the Magnum gelato in Italy because it's so good, and maybe because it's been a while since I had it. But what a treat for her.
Yeah.
Right? Because where else? There's nowhere else in town, and I'm gonna say in Cochise County where you can find it. So. Not, if you're lucky, you can have Dairy Queen every day, whatever, great. But sometimes you want to eat it's better. There's less ingredients in it, right? So,
well, I just love the fact that especially I'm super excited with the bulk food thing.
That is good.
You do have your own line, though, too. There's another line that's kind of specific to food co-ops.
Yeah, we have an in-house brand called Field Day.
Okay.
And we really like that because the prices are really nice.
Comparable,
yeah.
So I love that you guys have all these neat things about it. It sounds like an exciting thing to do, to go check this out. I hope everybody listening takes a little bit of time, runs down to the food co-op and checks it out. Don't have to become a member. You can actually just walk right in, make a purchase, test it out, see if you like it, and then become a member later. One last thing, though, is volunteers, right? You're always looking for volunteers, and you have some places, even openings on your board.
Right. So it's part of the principles. It's democratically controlled. So which means that people who are members can become part of the board and help shape the future vision, or just stay in the background. And right now we have some openings. All we ask is you have to be a member, and if you just started paying your membership on a quarterly level, that's fine.
How many members are on the board?
We can go up to 9, and at the moment we have 5, so we're looking for 4.
More.
And the other thing is some of our board members have been on it for many years.
Yeah,
and,
ready for a break, right?
Yes. So
Totally get that.
I'm sure you have experience with that.
Yes.
So, but and it's a great place to be, and you get a little discount. Which is also helpful.
A little bit of something
it's a
for
benefit.
service.
Yes, absolutely.
To our community.
So, thank you for.
Well, thank you guys for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all the time that you've given me and our listening community here. Hopefully, they'll come down to the Sierra Vista Food Co-op and check you out. I know I will.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming on.
Thank you for doing this. I mean, we really need the community to know that we're there.
I learned something today, so we've all learned something, and I hope some of you out there listening have now got an idea to go down there and check it out. This is Keeping It Real with Dion Ethell and the Sherry Ethell Team right here at Long Realty Studios, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Folks, we'll be right back after these brief messages.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving Sierra Vista, we agree. For military law and retirees, stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
That brings us to the end of another Keepin' It Real radio show, and we just want to say a big thank you for letting us be a small part of your weekend. Whether you're a longtime listener or just caught us for the first time today, we're so glad you're here. Got something you'd love us to talk about? Maybe a local story, a cool event, maybe a guest idea. Maybe you're related to or know someone who has an interesting story, profession, or past. We would love to hear from you, so drop it in our Keepin' It Real suggestion box at Long Realty. We're located just behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Or if it's easier, you can email me directly at sherry@sherryethelteam.com or call me or text me at 717-599-2439. This is your show, and it's all about our community, our connections, and the what's up of Cochise County, and as always, keeping things real. And your voice will help shape what we do next. We'll see you next Saturday from 7 to 8 a.m. right here on 104.1 CoolFM, making radio cool again.
Stay safe and stay cool, Cochise County, and keep it real.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Keepin' It Real radio show. Join us next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for more engaging interviews with top realtors and industry leaders, keeping you informed about the latest trends in real estate. Stay connected with us as we bring you updates on the dynamic events shaping our vibrant community. From exciting local happenings to noteworthy charities and causes, we've got you covered. See you next week for another edition of Keepin' It Real.